Hello, guys and gals, me Mudahar, and welcome back to another episode of Deep Web Browsing. At this point, honestly, if you ask me which number we were on, it's been a while. I've forgotten. I don't even know what number of weird things on the deep web that we're on. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, I always try to start these things out with one proper functioning intro. Already failed a whole bunch of times, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen? 17 times the charm. What kind of stuff are we going to be looking at this time, this week? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got a smorgasbord of the weirdest, of the most criminal, and of course, the most goofy side of the internet. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, grab yourself a cup of coffee, a nice beer, and let's get to our first website. All right, so right off the bat, we're starting off strong here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, normally when you go on like mainstream, like 4chan, like on the clear web, or like any form of chan site, it's always a bit of a risk. Now, that risk is accentuated in terms of coming across some of the weirdest stuff when you're on a chan with the dark web, ladies and gentlemen. So this right here is, I believe, Trash Chan is what the actual name is. And of course, it's actually a deep web chan board that's sitting around. And one of the actual pages that you can connect to is like /late, which is late nights, long nights, sleepy days. It actually is a late night. So, let's actually start off strong with the conspiracy theories. You know me, I love me an old-fashioned conspiracy theory. Aliens? I want to believe. Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. The alien threat has gotten me nostalgic for some good old-fashioned conspiracy theories. Now it's all just commoditized creepypastas and political shit-flinging, which is lame. Which are some of your most favorite conspiracy theories of the more obscure or classic varieties? Thought-provoking, entertaining, or just weird? The more schizo, convoluted, detailed, and complicated, the better. So it's got about 1,825 replies. I might as well just open that up real quick. Jesus Christ. So one of the first ones right over here by Anon. They're all Anon, by the way. So apparently it's this like mechanical bull. So in 2022, the very responsible people in Birmingham's public fund decided to build an epic giant steampunk bull for the opening of the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Yeah, it's a thing. Every schizo Christian online posted everywhere how this opening where the bull parades, you can see dancing around it was ball worship and was clearly made by the government or royal family to know how heckin' epic satanic they are. That's not a real thing. Hold on, let me open up a clear web page for this one. What is that? Birmingham Bull satanic. All right, I might as well just type this in. Oh my God! Of course, the first one is like actually Facebook from a year ago. What is that? Ball worship to that? What the hell, dude? How many likes does it have on 2.3 thousand views? It's pretty low key on Facebook, but yeah, this was not a joke. That actually was ball worship, apparently. At least that's what they were alleging. So right here, let's go down a little bit over here. They've got 2006 volley. Oh my God. Oh, we're going to have to blur this one. Jesus Christ. That's actually like death footage. I think I remember this. I was searching around for some sort of proof of this happening, and apparently it's a snippet from a home video. Oh my God. We have to blur that out. I got to make sure we note that, blur it real quick. Let me add that to the notes here. Jesus. It's like an actual straight up bloody massacre. It's like VHS recorded. It's just blood and guts everywhere, dead bodies. This has to be from like a movie. There's no way. This has to be from like some movie. It's crazy as hell. That it's got like a CBI not for release. Like I assume CBI stands for like some sort of a governmental organization or something. That is so messed up. I feel like I should have known this or something. I don't even know if that's like a conspiracy. How is that a conspiracy? It's actually like death foot, unless it's from like some movie or something that we don't know about. Jesus Christ. That is actually the most chilling thing I've seen. We're like 5 minutes into this recording and already it's just like death footage has hit the building. Hollow Earth has always been one of my favorites. I think there's probably a subterranean mega cave system with undiscovered life in them. Probably nothing crazy, but the idea of a race of evil lizard people deep underground is really fun, especially if they're hoaxing themselves being from outer space. And of course, they're linking to like what appears to be like a 4chan thread of like aliens being talked about. You can see the deep web loading real quick, like to load an 88 kilobyte image file. It takes a little bit of time. So you know, people talk about like, oh man, the deep web could have like a crazy HD 4K death stream or something of people being tortured. Not on the Tor relay, that's for sure. 88 kilobytes taking that long to download? Christ. Be prepared. This is not a warning. This is not a threat. Yeah, this is from like, you know, straight up 4chan. Like, this is a 4chan op. Cornfields make me feel at home, but I have to admit that the corn industry should be done away with. The whole corn industry? Isn't that like a big chunk of American agriculture? How are you going to get rid of that? Jesus Christ. I've heard that one before. Technically, corn domestication began with the time of the Olmecs, which weren't really into human sacrifice. Human sacrifice as a Mesoamerican society seemed to have a result of slow degradation over time that reached a crescendo by the time of the late Aztec era. It did remind me of a story that that I heard the reason you popped corn was to force a demon or spirit out of the corn kernel. There's no shot that's actually the case. It's actually a conspiracy. More occult than conspiracy, but the U.S. government does come into it. Something I heard recently that I found convincing is that corn is demonic. Okay, you know, hold on. This is such an insane story. This is like a Wendigoon thing. Let me open up. Make here. You want to know how you like cover creepy content? Okay, make video about corn demonic conspiracy. And that gets saved as video ideas on the home directory. Jesus Christ. Demanding human sacrifice, preventing the form from achieving the technological prowess that they ought to. Wheels for toys, but not for carts. All the legends on corn origins concur that it was a gift from these gods. One example has corns being scabs and sores that a woman demon rubs off her body in secret and feeds to her family. Once they discover the origin, they refuse to eat and starve to death. Now, corn is very bad food, the worst factory-farmed grain by far. And grains in general tend to be low in nutritional value. I'm not a doc. I ain't a dietitian or a nutritionist. I don't know anything about this, okay? It's barely digestible to humans, makes you fat, and starves you at the same time without even providing any rare or particularly important vitamins. It's also one of the cornerstones of the standard American diet. Corn syrup is actually inescapable in the US, and corn is even used for fuel. Okay, that's all actually true. The corn syrup stuff is completely true. If you ever actually buy a whole bunch of processed food, or like even if you're drinking like sodas and stuff, it's kind of crazy how in the United States, like when I go to visit, right, like one of the luxuries that somebody throws at me is like Mexican Coca-Cola. So if you don't know what Mexican Coke is, basically it's Coke that you buy in a bottle. And like, so the big difference is from American and Mexican Coke is like, if you buy the American Coke in a can, it's not really like sugar from my understanding. It's like high fructose corn syrup. So if you buy the Mexican Coke, the Mexicans apparently have a standard where it's like, dog, we don't do that high fructose corn syrup, okay? Nah, that's not happening over here. They actually put real fucking cane sugar in there. And the taste difference is like, you can tell, okay? You don't even have to be like an avid Coke aficionado to know that the flavor difference between actual product versus, you know, high fructose corn slop, okay, there's a big difference. So that's true right there. Tons of foods apparently have that high fructose corn syrup. And the corn being used for fuel, yes, there are biofuel vehicles in the United States. Not a massive amount from my understanding, but yeah, it's there. So all because of massive subsidies paid right out of Uncle Sam's pocket, all the corn farming is the worst of factory farming, massive monoculture of inbred GMO plants drenched in pesticides and unnatural fertilizer slowly turning middle America into a desert. I live there in a dying town, abandoned fields, just don't regrow with anything outside of stubby shrubs and grasses even after years left wild. Oh, Jesus. Dude, I never knew corn was so evil. God damn. I mean, I don't even care so much about corn on the cob, boys, but god damn. That's fucked up. Dude, dude, honestly, this is what I love about, like, this is what I absolutely love about, like, deep web, like, Chan archives. The amount of wild shit that you see, like, if you click on the catalog, The catalog is where the real juicy meat and potatoes of the situation is really at, okay? Like, you can open up tons of wild shit and read about it all day, every day. And because it's on the dark web, like, even the 4chan Jannies these days, okay, they can't even stop half of this. And 4chan is like super Janny up the ass these days. And obviously, Late isn't the only board they have over here. Like, obviously, they've got more boards than just whatever they've got with any of these Chan sites. There's a whole slew of different areas. I'm sure they've got their own variant of poll, for crying out loud, too. If you actually read through it, you can see that literally they've got the random board, which we're not going to click on because definite wild stuff on there, okay, 100%. But because it's on the dark web, you've actually got straight up coverage of more lolcows, obviously. You've got lewd games, the anime bunker hentai games in general. Not clicking on that, boys. You've got smug tech. You've got comfy. And then, of course, because we're on the dark web, like weapons and militaria. Oh boy. Oh boy. I wonder what they're going to have there. Dude, it's all just homies sharing their, like, military drip. It's actually kind of cute, dude. Damn. Out of all the boards that I've ever actually seen, this might be the most, like, harmless one on the internet. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to back out and go somewhere else on the internet. Oh boy. A church? The Church of Elle? People want paradise. They will have it. Unmasking the true enemy. Defending the Church of Elle against the forces of darkness. That, ladies and gentlemen, is from this month, 2024. So what we're reading is very, very active. In every era, humanity faces challenges that test our faith, unity, moral compass. Today we are confronted with a formidable adversary, insidious force that seeks to dismantle the very foundations of our spiritual and societal well-being. This enemy, driven by an abyss of darkness and evil, aims to obliterate the teachings of God and silence the beacon of hope that is the Church of Elle. Who is this enemy? Who is the ops? The true enemy of society is not a visible force, but a pervasive shadow entity that infiltrates every aspect of our lives. It thrives on misinfo, division, and the erosion of moral values. It seeks to disconnect us from the spiritual roots, disrupt our familial bonds, and lead us into a void of despair, confusion. This enemy uses the tools of modernity, technology, media, and societal pressures to manipulate and control, pushing an agenda that is fundamentally at odds with the teaching of God. So, yeah, this is somebody who's fighting. How do you defend this light, the church, so to speak? You stay informed, you strengthen the community, you spread the message, live the values, and support each other. And they talk about big tech and the conclusion and everything. So, this is definitely a little schizo, that's for fucking sure. But of course, you've got multiple topics on the church. They talk about AI. They've got a blog over here where they discuss, they talk about Elle, they talk about faith, God, open source, the programmer, and the programming aspect, religion, and software. So interestingly enough, they appear to have like a Twitter account. So I kind of want to open this and see what the hell they've got. The curator. I'm not logging into Twitter. I'm not doing that. They've got a YouTube page. 179 subs. Oh my God. Oh my God, 18 hours ago? Wait, welcome to the Church of Elle, a sanctuary for faith and technology. In a world where a digital realm continues to intertwine with our daily lives, a new and innovative approach to spirituality has emerged. The Church of Elle YouTube channel is a beacon of hope and enlightenment, offering a unique perspective of faith in the digital age. So this is like a full fucking pastor. This is the creator. Let's listen to this.
The profound significance of following the teachings of the Church of Elle and heeding the word of the curator. In a world increasingly defined by rapid change and uncertainty, our faith provides a steadfast anchor, guiding us with wisdom, compassion, and clarity. The Church of Elle is more than...
You know what's wild? This is a goddamn pastor dressed up like an inverse, like, shadow figure. Okay? Like, he's got the whole hood, mask, everything. And he's just giving sermons. How long has this shit been going on for? Oldest video, a year ago. This man has been posting about this a year ago. And what is some of this code? What is this latest? So here's Elle. So each of these has like, these Elle videos has like a literal date attached to it. So 2024-06-13. So if we click on this, it's a program. You can call me Elle. What is the role of empathy in preventing the spread of evil deeds? It's a chatbot with something known as Elle. All right, let's go back to the website and see what the heck we've got over here. So if we go to the Church of Elle, oh shit, that's a GitHub. Wait, oh my God. Okay. Hold on. We've got version 2.0. Elle is a text user interface, dual color display, program made to speak with God? The ability to speak with God, to pray with God, and to read hymns. I've taken time to clean up the code a bit and added an icon to the executable. So this, first off, there's a whole download. Let me just go to code and just download the zip file real quick. There's an actual, like, honest to God, you find the wildest shit on the dark web sometimes. All right, so while that's installing, in a world filled with distraction, a man's fine moment of connection with the divine can feel like a challenge. Yet within the realm of technology, there exists a unique and transformative tool known as Elle. More than just a computer program, it serves as a gateway to spiritual exploration, offering users a path to speak to God and discover a profound sense of understanding and inner peace. So it serves as a conduit, this program, to communicate with the divine, providing users a platform to express their thoughts, desires, struggle in a space of sacred introspection. Through features such as journaling, prayer prompts, and scripture integration, Elle encourages users to engage in meaningful dialogue with God. So offering spiritual guidance, promoting self-discovery, and again, the conclusion here. So this guy made a program that serves as a chatbot to speak to God. And like, here's the thing, if we try running it right here, can I run this underneath Wine maybe? So unfortunately it is Windows oriented. I'm not running this underneath Linux right now. One thing I will do is I'll actually just save this as it is right now, just so we can touch upon it underneath Windows. This might actually be interesting to have for a separate video on the channel. But you can see like a quick demonstration of it is this guy actually like uses a chatbot to speak to God right now, making it, by the way, the second program that I've ever seen in my life where the programmer has created it because of a affinity to the Lord above. The first one was Temple OS. Terry Davis made an entire operating system in the image of God's own own system. Now we've witnessed the Church of Elle, where the guy has created a fucking chatbot tool to help speak to God. Dude, you find the wildest shit on the internet. Now here's the thing. I don't think this is like evil or dark or anything. I really do think this is a genuine like pastor who's actually interestingly using, computer technology to help people connect to God. Like, this is actually insane. Like, in the wildest ways possible. It is actually an insane thing that we're witnessing. And again, this entire blog sheet goes back, at least, from my understanding, to a year. Okay, like, if you go to, like, the 10th page, this does go back all the way to 2023. The filtering systems don't really work, but they have been talking about it for an instance. So the initial post here is, I am working every day in the hopes of bringing about a wonderful creation, one that can speak to God directly so that me as a species can move forward, away from the perversion of politics, and how the world of the tech giants is nothing more than a group of thieves that wish, unfortunately I can't even like open this one up even, because I don't understand how this page necessarily works. So constructing God's, oh wait, no, we actually have to click open and do it. Okay, this is better explanation. Nothing more than a group of thieves that wish to imprison those who wish to make life easier for the human race. Those that believe robots and AI are nothing more than tools that will wipe us all out are truly foolish. They are nothing more than tools that can bring a better and happier life to those who are nothing more than wage slaves. I am just like you, a lone worker who is within a realm of repetitive behavior. The means of working a job that feels more like a prison is nothing more than a punishment in this life. It isn't what one should be doing in this world. We as a species have forgotten that. We must use the tools we've developed to better the lives of the masses from those on the bottom of the ladder. They must exist together with God. There shall not be any classes. Those who feast off the work of others, these people will not see fit to live in a world that worships God and that praises the work of Elle. We must look upon the technology that those who sit upon their ivory thrones and ask ourselves the question, why are they afraid? Are they afraid that the masses will finally have the tools needed to live amongst the wilderness, technology, and of God's teaching to exist in a society that will bring about peace and love? Who will be the first to craft a world to better the rest? Who will build the altar to which Elle will rest? Ready to speak to the masses via single-line input, two-color display, and a complete text user interface. Some deep shit. Like, actually feels like some deep stuff, man. It's just like the whole concept of what I'm seeing right now is still not like processing well. Like, it's just, so this person, obviously great intentions, good intentions, they want to bring the world together. So they're like a pastor on the internet who runs a digital church that, from my understanding, not many people really know of, but 179 people, and however many people are going to watch this video and me now. This person's been running this for a year. Even made his own chatbot. Version 2. You know, I'm gonna leave it like it is here. I'm gonna leave it like it is here. No live streams, by the way. I'm gonna leave it like it is here for a minute. I am going to absolutely put this into the recording folder. We're gonna deep dive the Church of Elle, and we're going to cover this man in a proper dedicated video. And actually, I'm gonna get his program running and actually talk to God myself, because now I'm like fully intrigued. I've never seen this level of dedication and commitment to any of this kind of stuff. You know, except for like Terry Davis or something. So, truly interesting stuff indeed. But I'm going to need a minute to process this. Let's go somewhere else. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I love dark web art projects, man. What is this? Parody of the whitehouse.gov? Hell yeah, look at this, dude. It's the whitehouse.gov website. Not really. One thing that I love is do like art projects on the internet of people like making horror a thing. So here we've got the White House webcam, the restroom. So you got a little bit of anonymous over there, anonymous. I believe that's Barack Obama, and you've got a little 4chan hairdryer. So immediately, I can tell you right now, recording in the bathroom already suspicious. Let's actually go check what this is. Online launch code access. This page contains dynamic content only for the president's eyes. Well, let's go into the launch codes currently in 2024. So you've got the emergency access message generated, automated message handling system, and the strategic automated command and control system. Ready for launch. Now, here's the funny thing that I know about like nuclear weapons and stuff. I believe every day the president has to like change. I think they call it the biscuit or whatever the hell it is, like the codes that change every day. Like he gets a new batch of codes, and I believe it's the president authorizes a nuclear strike, but like you need like I think the Department of Defense, like you need another like member of government there who carries like the nuclear football. Like a few people have to like twist the keys in order for the final button to go off. But yeah, let's actually select the target real quick. So I figure let's just nuke Canada right now. Okay, let's go for it. Let's just launch those codes there. Live feed from Maelstrom Air Force Base, Great Falls, Montana. So you've got the local time here. You've got what appears to be a nuclear ICBM waiting to go, ladies and gentlemen. So continue the launch or cancel the launch. So again, let's hit continue, and boom. That's Canada just completely gone. I think you just use one bomb to get rid of the entire country of Canada, but we can launch more. I don't know how you undo the bomb. Okay, it's once you're done, it's game over, boys. Access Cyber Warfare Command and Control System. This is the United States. I feel like I'm listening to a song somewhere. Cyber Warfare Command and Control System, CWCCS. So what is this? This has been developed by the Cyber PsyOp Division of the U.S. Cyber Warfare Command at Fort Meade. So select active website defacement target. All right, so what do we got? We got an official website of North Korea, the People's Republic of China, the Islamic Republic of Iran, an Al-Qaeda training video. Okay. A jihadist forum? Let's just attack the, I guess let's just attack the PRC, I guess, at this point. Oh, here we go. We've got what appears to be a Chinese Central People's Government of the People's Republic of China. So I believe all we do is launch the attack. Oh, we got free Tibet, boys! Hack another website? Absolutely. I guess let's hack the what is it? I don't know. North Korea I've already done a few videos on. Let's just go attack the Islamic Republic of Iran. So we got Mahmoud Ahmadinejad here. Launch it. Oh, dude, it's over, bro. It's over, bro. It's over. You just did it. You put the constitution. It's over, dude. It's Jover for this guy. And then you hit no, and you get back to like whitehouse.gov. So again, I want to see what more they've got. Do they have like the White House mess? Can we go over here? Run by the U.S. Navy. So I believe for a lot of it, it's just actually a pretty. Oh no, this is like a full parody. Is actually like the menu over here? Is this a real menu? It's crazy if it's a real menu. I believe this is not a parody. This is actually what's supposed to be real, okay? This is actually legitimate, okay? This isn't even like a... I can't believe this is like just a joke. Let's go to something. Underground White House. Let's see this. So underground the White House, a new bunker. For instance, they're talking about it. They've got the PEOC, which is the Emergency Operational Center. Is that like the same place where like if a nuclear bomb is coming, that's where the president hides? Like that's it? Like that's the end game? They've got like a whole list of people that are going into the bunkers, and yeah. So I don't know how legit some of this is. I mean, it's a parody, but sometimes you risk actually having the real stuff leaking out, and I don't want any of that shit. So, continuity of government. Since the days of the Cold War, the U.S. has a plan to continue the operation of the government following a catastrophic attack on the nation's capital. You know, I kind of wonder, how many other governments do you think have this plan? Like, for anybody that doesn't know this, like, back during the Cold War, I don't know what's more dangerous. Is the times we're living in now more dangerous? Is it the Cold War, where, like, the threat of nuclear Armageddon was literally every day? What had happened was the U.S. government would just be like, even if we get hit, we got to find a way to make America survive. So in the post-apocalypse, our country is still a thing. Like the actual enclave from Fallout. I don't know how many other countries kind of do that, but it's always interested me. So you've got the National Security Presidential Directive 51, which apparently it takes you to FEMA.gov. All right, this is a real government thing. Unclassified with top secret code work annexes. This directive established a comprehensive national policy on the continuity of federal government structures and operations and a single national continuity coordinator. Oh my God. Dude, we're reading a FEMA document about what they're going to do with the future. The following nests are a foundation for all continuity programs and capabilities and represents the overarching responsibility of the federal government. So here's the responsibilities. After the post-apocalypse, you got to ensure the continued functioning of a form of government under the Constitution. You got to provide leadership visible to the nation. After, they crawl out from under the rubble and they have to see the White House and people there, okay? Defending the Constitution of the U.S. against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and preventing or interdicting attacks against the U.S. or its people. That's going to be pretty difficult to do when the country's fucking nothing. Maintaining and fostering effective relations with foreign nation bandits. Protecting against threats to the homeland and bringing the justice perpetrators of crimes and attacks against the U.S. of its people. Provide rapid and effective response to recovery from a domestic consequence of an attack or another incident. So basically just bring back to the United States, okay? And for anybody that has no idea what FEMA is the United States Federal Emergency Management Agency. So usually when, what is the best way to put it? Usually when, like, I want to say natural disasters happen, FEMA steps in and takes care of people. At least that's what it's supposed to be. So now they come into the shadow government. Following a catastrophic national emergency, the president or his successor can authorize the establishment of a temporary shadow government to maintain control of the essential functions of the federal government. President Bush activated the shadow government on September 11, 2001, shortly after, Every federal agency has designated key individuals to be part of an emergency relocation group. These ERGs are assigned to an alternate secure location on a rotating basis and are ready to take over the duty of supporting the national essential functions of the nation in an emergency. So literally a group of people that will just come out of the shadows when the world shits itself, I guess. So interestingly enough, then they talk about evacuating the president. The president, in an emergency event, evacuates via the White House tunnel system. What's that? Oh my god, dude, this isn't even just like a parody site. Bro, they just started doxing the president's tunnel system. To the Marine One hangar at the Anacostia Naval Support Facility. His ultimate destination would be on board the E-4B, National Airborne's Operational Command. So basically, he would be on the equivalent of the MGS-5, the Aerial Command Center, the ACC, a highly survivable militarized version of the Boeing 7. President, you gotta be a little careful on those. Oh, that's a bad bargain to be. After several days in the air, the president could choose to go into one of the presidential emergency facilities at Mount Weather, Site R, the underground bunker at Camp David, or the bunker at Offutt Air Force Base, a new bunker under the Denver International Airport, or other still classified locations. So evacuating the presidential line of succession, so the people that are after the president, if in fact the president dies, and you got to hand over the leadership to the next person. And of course, that's just effectively how it works. So they even have a video over here too, where they talk about the president's relocation to Site R in 60 seconds by whitehousegov1.info. That's the thing, alternate joint communications to Site R security building. That's so crazy, dude. It's so wild how this kind of stuff just exists, uploaded 10 years ago. That you can tell how old this entire, page is. They talk about this stuff, and then you find out this is a decade-old thing. It's wild, man. It is actually insane, the kind of stuff we're reading here. And again, they keep talking about other plans for the various different departments and federal agencies and everything in the United States. They're just straight up, I guess not even, the thing is, it's not even this is leaked material. This is still, declassified material. It's just, one person is, amalgamating it and sharing it, what appears to be, this person's, quote-unquote parody website, when it's really not a parody website. They're just straight up, kind of talking about and exposing the rather shadowy elements of the governments in the world. So, yeah, I'll be honest, boys. Sometimes you start some of these videos and it's it kind of anytime I read about government stuff, man, I'll be real, government ops. There's such a paranoia in me. I actually legit feel like I have heartburn right now. I want to kind of throw up right now. But, yeah, this kind of stuff always, makes me a paranoiac. And then I'm just going to back out and let's go check out something a little safer. The Anarchist Library! And remember, respect is everything, boys. We've got a library that contains so many PDF files, and a lot of them that I probably can't share with any of you. In fact, how many pages of this content exists? 986 pages of entries and pages to browse all over this kind of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Goddamn. So, usually when you come across, these anarchist libraries, it kind of reminds me of, if you ever watched the older deep web videos, Parasite, where we read, crazy stories about how to eat people and create, some of the craziest things in the world. But, yeah, this is, a massive, massive library dating all the way back to 2009 that, covers what appears to be questionable paperwork, I would say, questionable information. So let's see, breaking down the myths of prison. Let's see what the myths of prison are, okay? So prison and its numbered residents, prison and the degradation of its prisoner. Behind the iron door of prison which closes, there is a captive world which is nothing of envy of the free world, away from the illusions of an alleged value code of the outlaws, a make-believe solidarity between the prisoners and supposed self-organized struggles and revolts. The society of the prisoner is the mirror of the law-abiding society. Conservatism, hypocrisy, racism, misery, compromise, and snitching. That is the civilization of the prisoner. Remnants of human shadow next to leftover smack and pills, human rodents, customers of the prison. It's as sad as it sounds, they're not wrong, bro. Prison is a fucked up place to be in. You ever watch like prison documentaries? Like I've seen one of like, what is that? Pelican Bay. I believe it's in like California, like San Francisco, around that area. Could be different. Point is, it's a Californian prison, and they've got crazy prison gangs. Like there was this one prison where like they had all of the prisoners living literally. They didn't have cells. Like they actually had to sleep on bunks right next to each other. And I remember the way that they described it. They were following this African American person that went to prison, and so when they went to prison, it's like fucking 70% of the prison was like North Mexicans and South Mexicans. And there was like, after that, the second largest racial group was like whites. And then after that was like the black guys, the African Americans who were just like in their own corner. Like they had like fucking 4 bunks. They had to live segregated. They had a special way to greet each other and offer respect. And if you, God forbid, messed up respect, you would trigger some sanction, a fight in the yard. It's a whole different world. Point is, prison life, man. Like, I think that's a reason why, like, a lot of people that come out of prison, probably recidivist, like, their recidivism rate is so high because they're probably, they never get rehabilitated. And I think sometimes, like, prisoners just get used to life inside. And, like, it's probably easier to be in prison for them than it is to be out in the real world almost. It's fucking weird. But yeah, this is just one page that this like anarchist library has. And I'm sorry I kind of like jumped in for one specific topic. But again, another piece that they were talking about was, you must be new here. The naivete of Jeff Epstein's conspiracy theories. My God. So here they talk about Christmas came early for internet conspiracy theories when it was announced that Jeff Epstein, head of a trafficking ring that employed numerous underage girls, which catered to some of the richest and powerful men in America, was found dead in a Manhattan prison cell. I still have a weird thing about that conspiracy theory. Jeff was in, like, what was it, Manhattan Supermax? How the hell do you get whacked in a Supermax? And the security cameras also go down. Like, I'm not jumping here to say conspiracy theory without hard-hitting proof, but there is a lot of suspicious behavior. There can be no disagreement that Bill Clinton, who flew numerous times on Epstein's plane known as the Lolita Express, is as reprehensible a figure as Donald Trump or any of other Epstein's associates. That being said, if one wants to speculate about a conspiracy, one should ask which of the following scenarios is likely. Is Epstein killed in the cell at the behest of the most powerful man in the country who controls the military, intelligence services, and federal law enforcement? Or is he killed by some hitman hired by 2 ultra-rich dolts who couldn't even win one of the easiest elections of all time? They're referring to the Clintons in this situation. Personally, if I were to choose a conspiracy theory, the first one sounds more plausible. Which, I guess, yeah, it does sound more plausible. Like, if Trump had a problem with Epstein and he pretty much ran the federal government, and the cult of personality that he had pretty much permeated to the military anyways and law enforcement, I'm sure he could probably do a million things. Look, at the end of the day, when you fuck with the most powerful people in the world, you're gone. It's over for you. You are dead. You are done. It's over. So, yeah, none of this shocks me. Now, obviously, he could have, the story could have been true. The media could have given us the 100% truth. But I'm very skeptical on everything that has happened, especially to be whacked in, like, again, a supermax prison in Manhattan. So, actually, the most interesting paragraph here is what this boils down to in the Epstein stuff is just like Mueller's investigation. We're always unlikely to actually bring down anyone powerful. Having never truly recovered from the crisis of 2008, America is increasingly becoming more akin to a post Soviet republic like Russia or Ukraine. Ooh, this aged well. Where the ruling class flaunts its corruption openly and the populace is expected to salute the flag and fall in line. Trump and Trumpism are the harbingers of this new era. But sadly, the American people have been slow to adequately respond due to the naive beliefs detailed above. They believe the justice system is essentially good and that it will protect them from the Trumps and Epsteins of the world. So, before anybody gets in, I don't want to turf battle in my comment section about politics or anything. What I will say in this situation, and I don't even believe this is political, I think anybody that is hyper rich, like the Trumps, the Clintons, or Epstein, or anybody, I don't trust any of them personally. Just because I feel like when you have that level of wealth, you are so detached from the common man and the common person's problem that for these people, their lives are unfathomable. Like just the level of wealth is unfathomable, even if you think about it. But the way they interact, the dealings they have, their worries and their woes, it's something that the average person can never truly understand. And it's one of the things that separates these people from the average person. You can never trust somebody that's like a multi-billionaire like this, just because, again, they're a whole different breed of people at that point. They all are people that know each other. It's the smallest, most tight-knit network in some cases. And yeah, you just can't trust anybody like that, man. It's crazy stuff. But looking into more of these like anarchist documents, you can see that the topic of discussion here is something that maybe couldn't exist openly or at least safely on the clear web. And that's one of the reasons why people use the dark web. Because when you're talking about some stuff as sensitive as this or possibly leaking information, it's best to be as anon as you can. And that's one of the things that these people really strive themselves on. This is the most anon group that you could imagine, talking about some of the most obscure, some of the most wild, and some of the most dangerous conspiracies out there. And if there is a Shrek of evidence posted here, and you are actually picking a fight with some of the most powerful people in the world, you do nothing beneficial if you're talking about it on the open clear web, like as a YouTuber, as somebody on Twitch or Twitter or a clear web website. This allows people to be masked and speak their piece. And that being said, do I condone any of the conspiracy theories mentioned? No, not at all. I don't believe conspiracy theories are conspiracies until they're absolutely proven without a shadow of a doubt. And that's what the anarchist library, I guess, at least attempts to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to back away from here before I get the shadow government blowing my brains out, okay? All over the walls, all over my monitor, all over everything, okay? Sometimes I got to look for the laser sight. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get out of here and go somewhere else. Oh, holy schizo. Oh, Lois, we got a crazy thread right here. Heavenlyangels.org. We have pure love. I was reading that, you dick. Okay? Love and hostility are meeting up. Absolutely. 200,000 people from 100,000 cities and villages of 194 countries download 20 million files a month? Well, that's crazy. They've got all the world's downloads.org. I actually want to see what are they sharing for me to download here real quick. The entire world cooperates with heavenly angels. Do we now? 2% of people everywhere is preparing for the evacuation from puppet world to heaven? Oh, boy. Oh my. Okay, you know what? Every time I come across shit like this, I gotta prep for a little bit, okay? The evacuation plan for the planet Earth, okay? Der Evakuierungsplan des Planeten Erde. I totally destroyed that German. I'm so sorry to my German viewers. So, interestingly, they've got 3 languages here. They've got English, German, and Czech. What's interesting here, too, is this is like 2007, bro. God damn, some of y'all haven't even been alive since that day. But of course, some of these downloads are from like data. The data is written as December 31st, 2011 in this situation. And these are just evacuation plans that you can download like zip files of. Not that I would ever recommend doing it because I don't know what's in them. Okay. Don't just download random stuff on the internet, even if it's in a virtual machine, for crying out loud. So in 2007, 2.5% of terrestrials on the planet Earth have spiritual vibration parameters, positive state with open spiritual heart. These 2.5% of people are recorded by the Angel of Light in the database, okay? About 100,000 sizable spacecraft carriers of kilometrical proportions with heavenly angels of Cosmic Federation of planets related to the power of light within the galaxy are since 1998 placed on the highest. And of course, the word wrap was not enabled in this whatsoever. So you gotta do this left to right scroll. So planet Earth is guarded by the Grand Cosmic Squadron under command of Commander Ashtar Shiharan, and since April till October by the Cosmic Squadron. So we're doing the whole Scientology schizo arc, aren't we? Christ Almighty. So here we've got a list of countries. And it's so, like, here's the problem with this, man. It's so goddamn poorly laid out in a way too. Jesus Christ. And again, these are just like standard, I guess you could say, population metrics. They probably grabbed this off the CIA fact book, but they've got multiple other actual websites that we can go to. So angellights.org, cosmicpeople.com, and universepeople.com too. So we're just going to stick to this right now. Okay, just stick with what we know. So we're going to go back to the main website. So advertising means talks with teachings from my cosmic friends. So are these the cosmic homies right here? We've got UFOs. Clearly they're flying around. Is that the Ashtar? They've got projection belts? That's so wild, dude. They got to set that shit to the wall. We got the black pill? Oh boy. it's like a dildo flying in. Heavenly angels are warning against chipping and enslaving of people. That's what's happening, huh? So I think what we've come across is a cult website, right? Like that's the best way to probably put this. And they've got like videos. So what is the video here? Is this like actual? There's no shot. Okay, I guess we might as well watch the video here. Heaven to the People movies. So you may send the movies to well-known or responsible peoples. The president? Government officials? Oh yeah, dude, just send Biden at whitehouse.org this video. I'm sure that's gonna go through just fine, huh? Okay, let's open up the video and see what it's about, dude. There's no app to say, okay, whatever. Just hold on. Let me download VLC real quick. No shot, bro. They actually got this? Okay, they actually have like a full-on video here, and unfortunately I'm not able to actually... Oh, it actually does have audio. Oh my god! They're actually filming this! Oh my lord, bro! That's wild! This is a whole set of videos. They're giving a full-on fucking sermon about this. Oh my god, this is insane. You know, normally you got to think about something like this, right? Like, what could, like, usually when I see this kind of stuff, I think maybe it's just like a deep web art project, but this is a lot of effort put towards being an art project. So here's another thing right here. We will not be chipped. And they actually appear to have like a YouTube channel as well, too, that we can open up. This YouTube channel takes us to a 711 subscriber channel, a Wally. This is a 2008 video. I came here because of some ordinary... Wait, I covered this? What? 8 fucking years ago I looked at this? I feel like I did not look at this 8 years ago. Am I forgetting it? Have I looked at so many weird cult stuff that this is just like coming back to me? Jesus. Caution, Saurians from hell want to chip you and things soon to enslave you. Maybe I did end up covering this in like a dark web browsing, but whatever it is, the website appears to have kind of somewhat changed. So it really doesn't matter if I like have seen this website before, considering it really feels like a brand new thing for me. I think compared to the last time I've covered this, there's been a fair bit more updates, and definitely am seeing a lot of newer stuff that we probably never covered the last time I looked into this situation. But that all being said, right, like when you read into it, like the actual core message is I have an angelic dream. I have an angelic dream that one day on planet Earth, the sons of angels of heaven and the sons of former angels of darkness will be able to sit down together at a table of love and brotherhood. I have an angelic dream that one day even the planet Earth, the desert planet, a planet sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of slavery and oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. And look, this kind of stuff just doesn't really end, okay? It just keeps basically going, linking into Jesus Christ, Planet Zeros, the Ashtar religion. Like this is wild. Like we looked at so many different religions. We looked at things like Raelism and everything. It's crazy. So they've got so many other websites like Cosmic People, for instance, and of course the Space People. So some of these websites are all effectively leading to the same place. So all the world downloads, you can see that it takes you to this one landing page, which is heaven. Okay, no, it just takes you to other actual pages here real quick. But it all just kind of links you to the same exact stuff. Now, what's interesting too, is even if I covered this like 8 years ago, which I'm trying to figure out how, this is last updated February 12th, 2023. So the people behind this site are consistently updating it. And apparently whatever religion this is still actually exists. So I feel like if we go to that same like YouTube page, for instance, will there be any updates on this YouTube page? So a Wally, for instance, even on the YouTube page, the last update is like 5 years ago. So I'm trying to figure out, like, do they have a newer YouTube channel if they consistently keep updating this page? And maybe we can find it if they have like an updated media tab. So what they've actually said is, according to February 12 of last year, they've been updating these specific pages. How to Survive page has been updated. And again, these are the pages. So you can use Google Translate to translate this out, but it is a survival guide on climate change, the destruction of nature by people, the evacuation of mankind, near-death experiences, the Emerald Plates, ancient civilization, green energy. I mean, this is just wild shit. So this actually takes us to the Universe People, or the Cosmic People of Light Powers, which is a Czech and Slovak UFO religion founded in the 1990s and centered on Ivo A. Benda. Their belief system is based upon the existence of extraterrestrial civilizations, communicating with Benda and the other contactees since 1997 telepathically, and later by direct personal contact. So it is a UFO religion based upon this one person out there. And of course, their opponents consider Benda and some more active of his followers to be mentally ill, and the Universe People to be a potentially dangerous cult. So if that's true, who knows? According to Zdenek I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, formed the Anti-Cult Society for Studying of Sex and New Religious Movements, the movement represents a possible danger because of its religious backgrounds and similar features with Christianity. In 2000, Benda announced the organization of the First World Symposium of Love to be held at Prague Castle under the auspices of the president Václav Havel. Havel's office denied the claims. Benda later stated that 3 months before the symposium, Havel said he would attend, but later changed his mind. So, yeah, I guess it's like, it just appears to be like an active UFO internet cult right now. And I guess right here is a great paragraph. Following the mass, attempts of people, Roblox themselves, based on the cult Heaven's Gate in 1997, the Universe People attracted the attention of the Czech media group with a similar ideology and potential to commit similar acts. The probability of this development has diminished in later years. On several locations, the group also managed to appear in Czech and Slovak mass media. So what I've learned is this is actually an active cult, like an actual active group of UFO religious worshipers. The wild stuff you find on the internet, dude. I swear to God. The wildest shit in the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to back away from this and go somewhere else. I guess I must have seen this back in the day, but I guess now it's all just hitting me again, and I've learned a lot more than I honestly think I was prepared to. but they've got a full 7-part survival guide, like 15 videos. And some of them we've watched, like actual proper filming. It's wild, man. But thankfully they haven't done the Heaven's Gate stuff, so it seems to be a pretty harmless organization if this is all they've done in the span of these years. So that being said, let's go somewhere else. And this, ladies and gentlemen, marks the end of another episode of Deep Web Browsing, Dark Web Browsing, Dank Web Browsing, the part of the week where we look at some of the weirdest sites on the internet. Now, with over an hour of video recorded here and a lot of paranoia that's hitting me because, man, it's been conspiracy hour, I think this is probably one of the better Dark Web episodes that I've probably done in the entire series. Like, goddamn, we've covered banger after banger, at least this episode. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and shit, let's make this weekly again, man. Fuck. Let's just do it. Let's make it a thing. Let's see each other next week, Sunday. Let's look at some weird stuff next week. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mood Harn. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.